need glasses. There we go. Come on in, guys. Just waiting for everybody else. So I did an audit today at an agency that privacy struck me last time. I don't know if they don't know, but they're public employees, and they have different rules that they go by when it comes to media and the press. So, but I did go back to do a FOIA inspection, and they're in full compliance because I was there like 2 or 3 weeks ago. They went insane. They denied me FOIA, and then they called the cops, and then they finally got some parts of the FOIA, basically the budget and some random stuff that's probably not even FOIA-able. Motors, Maryland. Welcome. MGA Productions. So I can't read right now because I'm driving. So that agency now is in full compliance. You'll see the video in a couple days. I did tell them to make sure they talk with the lawyer before they start privacy striking videos like that. So another thing is, I can't drive too far because my car needs some work. My front wheel is moving back and forth every time I press the gas or brake. So I ordered some, I don't know, they're A-arms or something. They're the pieces that keep it from moving and stuff. Welcome, guys. So I can't go too far, but I'm gonna go get my oil change later today because our cars do need oil changes. And yeah, so right now I'm headed to another audit that I wanted to do yesterday, but I found out the hard way that Veterans Day, everything's closed. So Naples, Florida, in the building. Hey, welcome. How's that shutdown? Let's talk about that shutdown, actually. If you notice, the prices at Walmart and at stores for the food, they're actually coming down. And I don't know if it's because of the shutdown or it's a coincidence. I am doing great. Thanks, James. So maybe it's not a bad thing. It seems like the people that are benefiting, not only people that need the money, but also like Walmart and all other stores are benefiting from the link cards. So my car don't want to drive that straight anymore. It's like every time I press the gas and brake, it shifts. So it's kind of not good. I should have the parts in a couple days. So I'm going to try to get some audits in today for the next couple days while I'm fixing the car. And how am I doing? That's another good question. I was pretty upset yesterday because I was holding, I don't know if you saw it in my short video, I was holding an $800 million ticket, you know, potentially. So I went to the store and scanned it, and it said, "You are not a winner," with an exclamation mark. I'm like, they're calling me a loser. What the fudge? And I had to grab a price-reduced sandwich off the shelf. That's how I felt. Oh my God. Now I'm trying not to swear. I only said one swear word today during the audit, and that's talking to you guys. So if you do call this company, don't do anything. Don't say anything stupid. Just ask questions, and don't be rude to them. They don't know any better. So you guys don't call these places. Be nice to them if you do. So I spent like $600 on parts for my front suspension yesterday. And this car ain't cheap to maintain. It's an older car, and when these older, like, I drive a BMW, and here's the reason why I drive a BMW is because 8 years ago I was looking for a used car, and I wanted 4-wheel drive and something that's good on gas. And this is a diesel BMW, so it's really good on gas. It gets 25 miles per gallon in the city. I'm not trying to brag or anything, because this thing's like 12 years old. I bought it 4-year used, and I paid like 22 and a half for it. At the time, the only other cars that were 22 and a half were pretty much like junk. You couldn't get a 4-year-old, even like Toyota Camry, for that price, because usually like the Camrys are almost full price when they're 4 years old. So that's why I drive this thing, and it's been decent to me. Not the best, not the most reliable car, but there's a lot of plastic parts on there. Why not nice to anyone you meet auditing? I am not. Call the cops. Then I'm not nice. I turn it on. Okay. I try to give them the same experience they give me, the same attitude. So that's how it works. I'm gonna dim this thing in case there's cops coming or something. I gotta turn off the heat because it's getting hot. 46 degrees today. Yay. Oh, this guy's trying to I think some high school kid is trying to swim. I don't know if you guys know what swimming is, but it's just driving through traffic really fast. I guess it's a thing now. It's very dangerous. Like squeeze bends and whatever. The guys in New York. I watch all that stupid stuff. So I'm not reading the screen right now because I'm driving, but I will read it. Yeah, it is a high school kid. Turning into the high school. So if you think I'm not nice, I am really nice. I hope they're ready for the next audit because I have my clipboard ready in case they started acting up. And I got my FOIA ready to go to FOIA anything if the cops come, the video. So I was watching this morning FAPA, First Amendment Protection Agency. I think he's shooting now with the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Correct me if I'm wrong, because he's like zooming in all the way now. Because these phones are amazing. I shot with everything, mirrorless, Sony's and Fuji's and Pocket 3's. It just doesn't have all the features and Some of them are just too bulky or can't focus or whatnot. But these iPhone 17 Pro Maxes, they just do everything that I need. And I use it for other things too that I film. It's just a workhorse of a phone. Man, I hope I get my parts pretty soon, so I can spend more money on the mechanic, because we can't fix cars where I live. If I had a garage, I would have a lift in it so I could just fix my own stuff, because I kind of like doing that. I just can't do it. Be at the dealer at about 11 o'clock. We're gonna get some free lunch at the dealer, the BMW dealer. That's what's nice about having a nicer car, is you get like free meals whenever you go to the dealer. They have like a kitchen and stuff. They make food for you. It's actually a pretty cool experience. And I get my oil changed at the dealer because they have a $250 special where you get unlimited changes for 3 years. Okay? And usually this oil change here, they charge $250 for one change. But the benefit for them is they get to say, like, hey, this is broken, that is broken, that is broken, and come on in, you know, because we want to fix this stuff. So, yeah. Too far. That's okay. We got time. Ugh. I just took the wrong street. With this car, you could kind of tell when it needs oil change. The engine gets a little bit louder. And my valve cover is leaking a little bit. I do have a gasket for it, but getting to that gasket is such a pain in the ass. You gotta remove the injectors and all these little pipes and stuff just to get the plastic valve cover valve cover off. I think it's plastic, that's why it's leaking everywhere. And it's funny because it's leaking right onto the exhaust. So I have to wipe the leak every month. But really, I need to get it fixed. So one thing at a time. Because this isn't exactly like I'm making big bucks here. You know, I'm lucky to make like $200 in a month. So if you think I'm getting rich off of this stuff, no. I'm spending more money than making money. But I do need it for the gas, so the diesel, and you know diesel costs more. It's almost as much as premium, maybe a little bit less than premium. See what you guys are saying, because there was a stoplight. What's your favorite place to audit and why? I like auditing banks, and the reason is that's what got me to audit. It's because a long time ago, and I've said this story many times, when I went to eat somewhere with a friend at lunchtime, I had my camera with me, my DSLR, and I like taking pictures. And it so happens we were in front of a Chase Bank, and I took the guy's picture, and the manager came out, the Karen came out, and she said, "You got to delete that. We're going to call the police. If you don't delete it, you're going to get arrested. You're probably going to go to jail." And this was like maybe 15, 20 years ago, so I was all scared and shit, so I deleted the picture and showed it to her. 10 or 15 years later, I saw him against the press auditing a bank, and I'm like, what the fudge? What the fudge? I'm like, what the fudge? I got tricked. Screw this, so I watched more and more auditing and tried to find local guys like Time and Terminator and audit them, and what's the guys in California, I forgot. Mr. Ghost, haha. I liked watching him, but he seems not to be auditing anymore. I don't know why. Maybe he got a job or something. But very entertaining. I do like the entertaining audits. So if you think auditing is just like serious stuff and exposing and this and that, I mean, yeah, there's that, and then there's the entertainment stuff, auditainment, I guess. It's fun to watch, The auditainment stuff is dangerous, actually, because I started with that. That means like doing banks and just walking down the street and stuff, post offices, and people do attack you. You got like a 60 or 70% chance that someone's going to attack you or try to. So you got to carry pepper spray. So I'm going to try to get to my destination and read some of the comments. I see one is held for review. We're going to check it out. It says stop. Because I don't need my car to fall apart any more than it is. The shark needs some tender love and care here. And it's funny, some of the auditors, they ask for money, and some of the auditors are like, asking for money is bad, or whatever. I don't care. Let people do their thing. I hear some auditors are making like $15,000, $20,000 a month. That's great. It's hard to make that anywhere else, so why not? But yeah, I'm not trying to be famous. The place is open today. Man, I was so stupid to come here yesterday. I should have known better. So I gotta find a parking spot. Payment, which is cool, you know. All right, I think we're back. I think we're on Wi-Fi now. My thing fat. Yeah, oh my gosh. All right. Anyway, guys, I'm just gonna do an audit here, and then I might come back when I'm going to the dealer. So I'll see you guys later.